Welcome, everyone, to the second annual John Cardinal Foley Lecture Series. The series was inaugurated last year in conjunction with the establishment of the John Cardinal Foley Chair of Homiletics and Social Communications here at Saint Charles Borromeo Seminary. Few figures have ever succeeded at putting a human face on the leadership of the institutional church as well as John Foley. Well, tonight we are fortunate to have with us, as a lecturer in Cardinal Foley's honor, a man who might well be the figure who puts the best journalistic face on the church. According to esteemed colleagues in the media, he is, and I quote, the journalist other reporters, and not a few cardinals, look to for the inside story on how all the Pope's men direct the world's largest church. We are delighted to have him share his viewpoints with us here this evening. So please join me in welcoming the 2015 John Cardinal Foley Lecturer, Mr. John Allen, Jr.
Foley had a remarkably positive outlook on the media business. He was profoundly convinced that smart, intelligent, informed, and responsible journalism could change the world. He believed it. It is my full-time professional work to track the goings-on in that 108-acre island of ecclesiastical life in the heart of Rome we call the Vatican, to follow the Pope, and to use that as a springboard for doing the broader global Catholic story. So my reflections tonight are largely going to be on Pope Francis, because I think we have in front of us right now, I mean, if you have in Philadelphia locally a model of effective church communications, we have on the global stage an enormously powerful model of effective church communications. Pope Francis is an absolute communications sensation. He is by far the most popular religious and spiritual leader on the face of the planet, and one of the most popular public figures of any sort. Now listen, I mean, it's fun to catalog all the ways in which the Pope has become a rock star, and we could go on. I mean, we could talk about all the magazine covers he's been on. But the real question, obviously, is what is underneath that, okay? I mean, beneath the celebrity appeal and beneath the kind of pop culture sizzle, what is it that people are responding to, okay? And I want to suggest to you that there are three qualities that Pope Francis just palpably, at least three, I'm not presenting this to you as an exhaustive list, but there are at least three qualities that Pope Francis just palpably exudes that make him such an effective communicator, okay? In order, those qualities are candor, spontaneity, and compassion. And I think that has come through over and over and over again, and I think it is not a communication strategy in the explicit sense of being reflective or thought out. I think it's instinctive. It's who the man is. But it is a marvelous communication strategy that has the capacity to disarm people sometimes, even when they come into situations potentially with a kind of critical filter about what the church stands for or what the Pope stands for. Now, if we are going to operate in the spirit of candor, I think probably a couple of footnotes here are in order, because I don't think there is any serious doubt that exuding these qualities of candor and spontaneity and compassion at times comes with a risk. And I think we have seen Pope Francis at times pay the price for his commitment to those three qualities. And I want to flag two risks for you in particular. One is confusion. That is a certain lack of clarity, okay, about what the church stands for in key issues or where the church may be going. If you want an insight into his style, the way he addresses that lack of clarity is that he does not repeal what he had said or done before, but he finds occasions to make sure that he sets whatever the original message was in the proper context. My message too is this: I think Francis knows that some aspects of the way he comports himself in public, both his words and his deeds, occasionally open themselves to confusion, and occasionally they exacerbate division. He's aware of that and trying to do what he can to respond to it. I also want to tell you, however, that I see no evidence that he's going to allow himself to be reined in by any of those concerns. Because the thing you need to know about Pope Francis is this, okay? He regards his election to the papacy. Well, of course, all popes regard their election to the papacy in some sense as an act of divine providence. But he believes there is almost literally a miracle at the core of the kind of pope he has become. This kind of spontaneous, freewheeling, shoot from the hip, let it all hang out style, as Pope Francis understands it, okay? This is not the product of some kind of public relations calculation about what is going to work best. No. He believes this is the kind of pope that God has called him to become. Okay? And therefore, I would suggest that despite the risks, and they are real, and the Pope, good Jesuit politician that he is utterly cognizant of them, but I don't see any particular evidence that he's going to allow himself to be obstructed in terms of being able to continue to exude these qualities, because he is, in a very literal sense of the word, a man on a mission. It occurs to me now, as we reach the end, that I may have left one item off the list in terms of the hallmarks of effective communications of any sort, and including, therefore, effective church communications. And it is really a quality we dare not forget about, and that is a lively sense of humor. Okay? Because the truth of it is that if we don't have the capacity to laugh at ourselves and our circumstances once in a while, we are going to spend all of our time trying to fight down heartburn. Okay? Now, Pope Francis, of course, exudes a terrific sense of humor. When we are, and all of us, in some way, shape, or form, at some point in our lives, all of us are going to be called upon to communicate on behalf of the church, whether it's in your parish, among your friends, in your workplace, or whether it's on television or it's on a blog, wherever it happens, whoever your market is, whoever your audience is, all of us at different times are communicators on behalf of the church. I would submit to you that if, in carrying forward that project of communications, we can exude those qualities, if we can exude candor, that is, rigorous honesty, if we can exude spontaneity, that is, that we're not delivering some kind of prefabricated boilerplate piece of rhetoric, but we're engaging the people who are in front of us and responding heart to heart with the questions that they have put to us. If we can exude compassion, and if we can do all of that with a lively sense of humor, that is, with a twinkle in our eye rather than bile in our spleens, that, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, is a winning strategy for church communications every day of the week, and to use the Western Kansas argot, twice on Sunday. Okay? Thank you. God bless you. God bless Saint Charles Borromeo. God bless Cardinal John Foley. God bless Archbishop Charles Chaput. And ladies and gentlemen, viva il Papa!